Hey yo, it's your friend SB here. In the last balance update, Strike Shigaraki got a couple of pretty nice buffs. His max HP went from 300 to 350, and he can now hold 2 ammo of his special action. These are pretty nice changes to help the viability of the character, so let's celebrate by making a Shigaraki build. Although on just an SR costume, this build has the slots to allow us to go triple alpha attack as well as either double beta attack or double HP attack. I don't have much of a choice in the matter, so I'll be using double beta attack with PU power intensified. The strategy I'll be going for is to focus on the late game, use the early game to loot up, and use Shigaraki's higher health pool as well as a revenge support to boost survivability. You get a lot of PU gauge just by having your teammates die, so the goal is to at least outlive your teammates in the hopes of making a comeback. Now let's get to the showcase. Okay, let's get into the games. So we're starting off this video, this showcase, with a game on Chaos City. Now my general strategy, of course, is going to be like survivability and getting that plus chaos gauge up. And I want to be strong for the late game. If there's a team nearby, an enemy team, I don't want to rush into battle. I want to just ignore them for now, and I want to loot up. Because Strike Shigi's early game strength is not that great. I was fortunate enough to get immediate level 4 off of one box. So level 4 alpha is pretty good just for some like early pokes. I'm not necessarily going for a full engagement. Chasing someone around with Gamma is pretty nice. I've been trying to practice the Gamma into special action. I had the theory of like, oh, if I angle my Gamma in such a way, maybe it becomes easier to land the special action. But I'm not sure if that's true. It's, you know, it's hard to say. I've seen people say like, oh no, it's just RNG or whatever. By the way, quick note, I just wanted to add in here, I do have revenge support at level 3 rather than 4. I did a little bit of testing just this morning, and I learned a bit about the mechanics of it. First of all, when you start a heal card or, you know, revenge support, then you will not get any healing until the first second has passed, and for whatever reason, revenge support actually skips the final heal tick because it happens at the exact same time the effect ends, which is actually different from a support card. You will actually get the healing there. For some reason, the scaling on revenge support early levels is a lot of bullshit, and there are decimal places. It doesn't make sense because it's a per second effect, so having a 0.5 doesn't, you'd think it wouldn't do anything in theory, but in actuality, because it skips the last bit normally, you actually are getting a little bit more value being at level 4. So I'm a bit removed from my team right now. They're getting hit by something. I don't care. I want to loot. You keep getting into scuffles when I'm trying to loot. Oh look, I found a team heal. I can use that at least. Generally, the skill order that I'm going for is Alpha 4, Beta 9, Alpha 9. That's what I've seen some people do, so I thought, you know what, we'll go for that. I'm not a big Shigaraki player, of course, but I figure, why not? I'm thinking now maybe on Chaos City, it is better to go Alpha 9 just because the terrain is better for that. If we were on UA Island, having Beta 9 might be more useful, just because, you know, it's differences in terrain. So I'll show you dice because he got caught out, and there's this annoying team here. This guy, this Mountain Lady player with that costume, they have electrification on, and a giant Mountain Lady with electrification on is not only potentially dangerous for opponents, but it's also dangerous for my computer. I get frame drops every time I see it, and I'm not sure if they're just strategically only playing on Chaos City or what. But the few times I've seen them playing, it's been on this map, and I've been getting massive frame eaten, whatever. So we're able to survive a bit because of Shigaraki's improved survivability. Of course, that means the 50 HP buff. It also means special action having 2 ammo. You may have seen me using special action for a bit of movement. For whatever reason, in testing it, trialing, practice, whatever, the first special action I've used always seems to be affected by gravity, but the second one isn't, which makes it seem like it's going further. I'm not sure why it works that way, but just spamming it twice is pretty nice. And I will take advantage of my HP. There's like a whole team trying to chase me down, so I don't want to expose myself. I'm just going to hang back, Having 350 HP is really good for zone camping, if you can manage it. And now that they can't see me, I'm gonna go find this box, because, you know, loot's running out. Aizawa, don't do it. Why, man? I'm gonna pop plus chaos just because. And he's immediately disappeared. Completely wasting my plus chaos. Which is one thing I really don't like about this skill, is that in so many instances, if you use plus chaos and you don't immediately get the value out of it, it just gets wasted. Right? Maybe if someone else was there to fight, like the Oshako appeared, maybe we can make use of it there, but it's whatever. So I'm gonna grab the loot, I'm gonna go a little bit further, just make sure no one's following me. Once I'm sure it's safe, we can go in for the revive. Get team back up. And I'm just gonna take all these levels for myself, because honestly, they're making me work for it. Oh shit, here comes Mount Lady, she's seen me! Hide! Get out of the way, dumbass! Sometimes I've seen Gamma is a little bit weird, like, when it goes into a grab, it can be like lag dependent. In the situation there, I went for the grab and I hit the Gamma, but it didn't turn into a grab. Maybe because she was in the air, I'm not entirely sure. When zone's closing, I don't want to immediately run out. I want to hang back and heal. Using a full team heal is 8 seconds, which is the exact same as using a standard big heal. So if I'm camping out on zone, I might as well just use a team heal. It's not going to be particularly slower. And of course it's going to be useful to my team as well, who did not want to... they did not want to hang back and play it safe, they immediately ran in. So, I guess I got their backs. And we're in this situation, an awkward situation, where there's all these teams in a small area. Fortunately, it's not like a flat landscape. I can still make use of all the hills to hide myself. I'm gonna move around with Gamma, but I don't have the safety of like being in a small building where I can use Beta to cover most of the building, like you can on UA Island. So I'm just gonna make use of the landscape. Here's Mount Lady going into Plus Ultra. I just need to get the hell out of there. I don't want people looking at me. There's people in every corner. My team is just dying. They ain't got this movement. They're gonna go below 50 health. See how many times in this video I go below 50 health. That's how much work this 50 HP buff is doing. Enough health just to get out and re-heal. There's 3 teams left. Mount Lady managed to kill herself on me. So I'm gonna pick up that kill. So we've got Darby here. There were 2 else. There was a Momo. I killed the Momo earlier. So this is just Darby left. And I tell you what, if that grab hit, that Darby would be dead. And it would just be a 2v1, maybe 1v1. I can't remember. I think it's just Ochako right now on the other team. But because Darby got away, he gets a res off. I try to chase, do something. I hit Darby with 1 tick of Beta, and he immediately goes down. That's how low he was. That's how much of a difference it would have made if my grab had actually hit that one time. And look in the distance, there's another revive happening. Who could that be? Oh, well, there's a frog here now, so... Great for me. And my plus chaos is almost up again. Dinky left at some point earlier. So it's just Shoto watching me at this point. And with teammates being dead, you get a immediate burst of plus chaos, plus ultra gauge. And your increase over time is also increased if you're a solo. It's all dependent on how many teammates you have. It's like it's a comeback mechanic, right? So that's precisely the strategy. It's a big comeback build. So here we go. I go plus chaos again. I immediately grab the Mount Lady and do a ton of damage. I don't quite get the final throw off, but with a small duration, a small active effect of PU intensified means that getting some immediate damage after activating it is really useful. That's what you're looking for. And the most immediate burst damage Shigaraki has is of course going for a grab. I don't need to worry about leveling it up at all because of course you get max levels immediately. So just run up, immediately grab. I can't remember how much damage it does. I mean, numbers are on screen, right? Just rewind a little bit, see how much damage I did to Mount Lady. And if you want to see any damage value, please check ultradojo.com. Site made by friend Cody. Lots of very good information there. You can see plus ultra, plus chaos. You can see any influences based on your tuning skills, such as PU intensified. You can see what the immediate effect of that is. You can see any damage increases from like alpha attack damage up, beta attack, HP attack, etc. So look at me, 21 health, once again, staying alive just because I have 50 HP buff. There's a little Froppy in the area. I don't want to deal with that. I'm going to go behind this pillar. There's a little space right here I can barely hide in. Just barely in zone. I do have a res card on me that I got for that box like ages ago. No, wait, no, that was a different box. And then here's Froppy here to throw my game once again. Even though she only had like a little bit of health, so I immediately killed her with a level 3 Gamma. And I'm thinking at this point, I don't really want to deal with her. There is another team up still. They're still alive. And they are a lot scarier. I think only the Momo is alive right now. I want to purposely keep the Froppy alive just so they can fight each other so I can be a bit sneaky. She manages to get the res off there even though I got the down barely after. So her team's back up. I can at least kill the Momo and it will be a 1v2v2 where Mount Lady and Derby don't have any levels. So it's pretty good for me even now. I just need to survive as best I can, let them fight amongst each other. I can throw down some big AoE effects. And just hope that... Nope, I'm down. Well, I can at least hope that they kill each other. Hey, top 2. That'll do. What could have been? But this is, even though it was a loss, it was still a pretty good showcase of the strategy and how you can get all that plus ultra gauge, plus chaos, whatever, just by having a dead team. So here we are now on game number 2, going on to UA Island. And so because this is a easier map for like control stuff, it might be better to go for immediate beta max, alpha 4 beta max, whereas Chaos City you might prefer alpha max, I don't know. And once again, I would prefer to be looting, but team immediately wants to get into a fight. We do have Red Deku, who is of course one of the strongest characters in the game. Probably top 1 even now, even with that nerf. It wasn't much of a nerf. So I was like, okay, I guess I'll help. There's a whole team in this small area. Roll the Derby, go for the Gamma, boom. I don't need your grabs, I don't need a hug. Well, loot is at least... Killing people for loot is a good alternative. I wouldn't like to be fighting, but in that situation, you know, it worked out. It was fine. I had enough damage. The positioning especially was very important for that. Right, they were in a very vulnerable position. So yeah, Shigaraki, of course, works very well. Strike Shigaraki especially. Works very well in those tight areas. So if you're going for, on UA Island, I think there's a lot more of that than you'll find on Chaos City. So control, probably better. Build a strategy around that. It's one of those situations where you might want to have a different costume out depending on the map you're on. And it will be so good if presets actually worked in a better way. Because if you want to change costume, you have to go like through so many different settings. When we have presets in the game, you can't change your preset from the character select screen. I don't know why. They've had so much opportunity, whatever. I digress. I accidentally got a KO on Denki just by popping a beta. Which again is a good example of like, you know, small areas to fight in. Especially with like multiple floors. You press beta once and it goes on like every floor. Tech Derby is especially effective on that area. Because that fire ring will hit people on the other floor. I'm not sure if it's just like, if you put the fire ring on the top floor, it hits people on the bottom floor as well. Don't know. Momo pops the plus ultra. Deku immediately dives into a cannon. Feels bad, man. But of course, it doesn't matter. I got true damage on this Gamma. We're in final two teams. Ida looks like got Deku up. There's a small child here. He's a little bit sunken into the floor. I don't really care. I've got better things to worry about. Aizawa, very difficult to fight against. I'd rather not fight against him. What you can do is at least, you know, stall him. So he can't do anything else. I just need to stay alive. He can cancel any of my moves with his silence. So like, Gamma will get cancelled immediately. I distracted long enough that my team came in, cleaned him up. And that's going to be game. So, thank you for watching this video. It's been a lot of fun playing Strike Shigaraki. He feels a lot better with this new buff. I don't know where I put him on a tier list. It's very, you know, map dependent. I would not play him on USJ. That's how it goes. Nothing changes there. And I will see you in another video. Bye bye.